Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's about time we finish what we started. So grab your popcorn because this is going to be a long one. It is my pleasure to present to you the dramatic conclusion in its entirety of the 2025 Father's Day Showdown. Just, a little past Father's Day. Vroom! Welcome back to the show. My name's Dan. Here's how it's gonna work tonight. It's the pro class. This is all we have left. We finished the super stock class. We have an odd sort of number of cars in this class. So these 13 drivers are everybody who lost in round one. These three are here separately. I'll show you why in a minute. There are some fast cars in this list, but they have an uphill battle on this downhill track because one more loss and they're eliminated. And included in this list is the defending champ, Justin Roberts, in his 1970 Plymouth Superbird. The biggest storyline of the season. Can the Superbird rise like a phoenix from the ashes and reclaim the title after a disappointing first round loss? Now, as I mentioned earlier, these three here, because we have a weird number, they have a first round bye. That's Jamie Dubroy, Steven Leishman, and Gerald Lang. Those lucky dogs are moving on to the next round. Everybody else, these 10 guys over here, got to duke it out. Mono e mono, we'll get down to 5, plus those 3 is 8. And then those 8 will race against the 8 guys who lost in the second round of the top bracket. And from there on, it's just a clean, tournament with even numbers. Oh, that's already way too much talking. We have so much racing to do. All right, these matchups have been randomly assigned. I'm not going to show that part on the camera just for the interest of saving time. Our first matchup, it's Dave Gruber in the Alfa Romeo taking on Ron Williams in the Porsche 944 Turbo. Here they come. Gruber's got the lead. Down the back stretch, Dave Gruber, dad joke Dave, claims the win. He is moving on to the next round. Well done, Dave. Ron Williams, thanks for coming out, but unfortunately, you're done. Heat number 2 is Andrew Nicholson from North Bay, Ontario in the Acura NSX, taking on John from Crazy Horse Racing, driving Wild Pony, the Ford Mustang funny car. And here they come. The funny car leads by a wow! Oh no, John has spun out. What did we just see? Oh man, I guess there's a reason they don't race funny cars on oval speedways. John was way out front. The Wild Pony had it in the bag, and then lost control at the exit of turn 4, spun out on the home stretch, and came to rest in the middle of the track. And then Andrew, who was way behind, and also spun around, apparently. Like, he's in reverse for some reason. We don't know why, because I only have one camera. And he steals the win in the Acura. Andrew Nicholson moves on. John, Crazy Horse, sorry, brother. I guess the funny car truly is better suited for the drag strip. Thanks for coming out, but you're done. Woo, heat number 3 looks like a barn burner. We've got Mr. Fossil Fuel, Jesse Moxham driving Godzilla, the Nissan Skyline R33, taking on my uncle Dave Carpenter in the 2020 Chevy Corvette C8, former runner-up in the Father's Day Showdown. Let's go. All right, Hot Wheels Nissan versus Matchbox Corvette. Oh, it's pretty close. Jesse Moxham claims the victory. Godzilla prevails from the inside lane. Mr. Moxham moves on to the next round. Uncle Dave, man, I'm sorry. That was a disappointing year for the Corvette. We'll keep looking. Maybe we can find something faster. This thing usually performs a lot better. So unfortunately, for 2025, you're done. All right, this next one is one we've been waiting for. We got Jared Broughton in the Honda Civic taking on defending champ Justin Roberts in the Superbird. Justin's got the outside lane. Jared's taking the inside. Who you got? Civic or Superbird? Honda or Plymouth? And here they come. Oh, Superbird out to a big lead, and the champ gets it done. The champ appears to be in tip-top form here tonight. Jared, thank you for coming out, but I am afraid you're done. All right, our final heat of the first round of eliminations. We got Wendell Graber taking the inside lane in his 1970 Dodge Charger, taking on Henry Stanislawski in his Jaguar JX220. Let's go. Oh, door-to-door through the corners. Henry takes the win. That was a nice race. Door-to-door through turns 1 and 2, keeping it close. The Jaguar is able to pull away, and Henry Stanislawski takes the win. The Jaguar. What a cracking motor car. I say, splendid. Simply splendid. I don't know what I'm doing. Henry's moving on. Wendell, thanks for coming out, but you're done. But yeah, the way the bracket app I used, the seating and everything, I didn't really look into why it all happened, but these 3 guys ended up with a bye in this round, and it just is what it is. I'm just going with it. Keep things moving along. So there we have it, our 5 winners from round number 1, plus the 3 guys who had a bye. Now each one will face off against somebody who already has a win under their belt from the top bracket. So this is 1 win versus 1 win. If you didn't know, the Father's Day Showdown is a double elimination tournament, so you're not out until you lose twice. Everybody racing except for the guy currently in first has lost once. All right, racing in Heat 1 of round 2, fresh off his bye run, it's Gerald Lang and his co-pilot Daisy the Cat driving Kit, the Knight Industries 2000 from Knight Rider, going up against Josh Graber in his 67 Ford Mustang. Here they come. Oh, Gerald's up to the lead. Up to a bit. Oh, what happened? I'm at a loss for words. Josh Graber stole the win. Kit is stuck here on the apron of turn 4. I'm trying not to do too many replays in order to save time, but I gotta find out what happened. Whew, okay, so Gerald is way out front through turns 1 and 2, pulling away down the backstretch, but look, he gets his left side tires hung up on the edge of the track, loses a bunch of speed, and doesn't have enough momentum then to make it through turns 3 and 4. Josh, who was way behind, comes ripping around, blows past him on the outside, and Crazy Graber steals the win. He's moving on to the next round. Well done, Josh. Gerald and Daisy, I'm so sorry, but you're done. All right, I love it when it works out this way. This is a family matchup here in our next race. Andrew Nicholson in the NSX taking on his brother-in-law, Mike Martin, in the Corvette ZR1. Here they come, brother-in-law battle. Oh, it's a pretty close one. Is Andrew gonna get it? Oh, he does. Andrew Nicholson takes the W with Mike right on his bumper. Awesome race, you guys. The 2020 champion, Andrew Nicholson, moves on to the next round. Mike, whew, you gave it a good shot, but I'm afraid you're done. All right, heat number 3 of round 2. We've got Broke Benny from the Diecast Shepherd, one of my favorite YouTube channels, all the way from Pennsylvania in his custom Ford Mustang, taking on Dad Joke Dave Gruber in the Alfa Romeo GT3 V6 GT, I forget. GTV6 3.0. Whew, this is a tough one for me, everybody. These are 2 of my favorite commenters on my show. Here they come. Wow! Broke Benny! What in the world? Wow, that did not even look like a fair fight. Broke Benny just completely dusted the Alfa Romeo. He was almost at the finish line while Dave was heading into turn 3. So Broke Benny moves on to the next round with authority. Dad Joke Dave, I am sorry, brother. You ran up against something else. And yeah, you know, so you're done. All right, this is just beautiful. This next matchup, Jamie Dubroy in the 77 Firebird Trans Am taking on 2021 champ Nate Tulloch in the 69 Camaro SS. All right, General Motors, here we go. Oh, spinning out. Oh, Jamie! Is he gonna do it? Yes, he is. Whoo, boy. Took out the former champ. All right, Nate had the lead on the front stretch. He tried to pull down and block too early. They made contact, and then Jamie did not back down. He did not let up. He did not push the brakes. He pushed forward. He pushed the gas harder and pushed Nate all the way around and had just enough steam to keep rolling out of turn 2. And from then on, it was just a bye run. Another bye run. Jamie Dubroy is the winner. He is moving on to the next round in the Trans Am. Nate, sorry, brother. You're done. All right, next up, we got the driving duo, my cousins, Jessica Wigney and Laura Fink in their Jeep Wrangler, taking on Henry Stanislawski in the Jaguar. The Jag looks fast, but don't sleep on that Jeep. Oh, Henry. Oh, no. Oh, good heavens. Whew, okay. Wow. Good thing about diecast racing is whereas that would have been a catastrophic, very dangerous accident in real automobile racing, here in the Freedom Shed, nobody's hurt at all. Not even a little bit. So we're going to change lanes and run it again. What happened was Jessica and Laura tipped over. The Jeep is a taller vehicle, and sometimes that happens on the speedway. They fell off the back stretch, landed on the home stretch, and Henry couldn't find a way past them, so he slammed right into them with a force so strong he just flipped over. So we'll change lanes and try this again. All right, Jessica and Laura versus Henry, take 2. All right, looking clean this time. The Jag takes the win. Henry Stanislawski survives and advances. Wisely did not underestimate the sleeper Jeep. Jessica and Laura, thanks for coming out, but I'm afraid you're done. All right, on to heat number 6, where we have something that I don't even know what to say. We got Graham Goche in the Aston Martin Vantage, taking on defending champ Justin Roberts in the Superbird. Now, I would say Justin is the favorite, but Graham, that green Aston Martin right there is not slow. Tough draw for the defending champ. Definitely a tough draw, and he's in the outside lane again. Whew, boy. All right, does the comeback stay alive, or is this the end of the line? Here we go. Superbird is out front. Graham is gaining, but it's all over. Oh, that was a cool pose at the end. The reigning champ takes the win. Justin Roberts is moving on to the next round of eliminations. Graham, awesome race, but I'm afraid you're done. All right. Next up, we got Mr. Fossil Fuel Jesse Moxham against Mr. Tesla Dave Jensen. Godzilla versus Elon. Here we go. Nissan on the inside lane. Here we go. Pretty close. Oh, the skyline spins out. Oh, we're in reverse. Oh my goodness. What in the world? What kind of crazy banger demolition race is this? What was that? So Jesse's out front, but he spins out on the backstretch, and then Dave slams into him. He slams it in reverse. Dave's out front, but then he gets a wheel hung up on the inside of the track. Jesse ricochets off him and somehow still has the momentum to roll down the home stretch and across the finish line. Godzilla is moving on. Dave, I'm afraid you're done. Okay, our final heat of round 2 is Steven Leishman driving Maximum Leeway, the super late model car, all the way from Australia, taking on my father-in-law, Vance Henson, in his modified Ford F-150. And green flag. Oh, what happened there? Oh, truck is struggling, but it's gonna make it. I don't know what happened to Steve-O. There he is. He's backwards in turn 2. We're gonna have to find out what happened. So it looks like Vance pushed Steve-O into the inside wall here on the front stretch, and Steve-O got hung up on the guardrail, but spun around and then put it in reverse, but unfortunately stalled out in turn 2, and that was it. Race was over. Vance didn't have the cleanest run we've ever seen, but A win is a win. The F-150 moves on to the next round. Steve-O, thank you for coming out, but I'm afraid you're done. All right, next step of the tournament. We have our 8 winners from round 2. They now have to face off against each other so that we can whittle this field down to 4 to face the losers from the round of 8 in the top bracket. All right, kicking off the next round, we got Henry Stanislawski on the inside lane, and he has drawn Jesse Moxham in the Nissan R33. Here they come. Henry is out front, but it's pretty close. The Jag takes the win, and a big hit from Godzilla at the end. Henry survives to race another round. Jesse, Mr. Fossil Fuel, I'm afraid you're done. Our next heat is Vance against Joshua. Vance Henson on the inside, Josh Graber taking the outside. The two faces of the Ford franchise, the Mustang and the F-150, here they come. Oh, we got us a race here. Oh, Josh loses it on the home stretch. Vance holds it straight and true. He steals the win in the F-150. He's moving on to the next round. Josh, I'm sorry, dude. Crazy Graber's run has come to an end here in 2025. Better luck next year. You're done. All right, our next heat. Finally drawing the inside lane. Defending champ Justin Roberts taking on Jamie Dubroy. It's Firebird versus Superbird. All right, green flag. Here they come. Oh, solid lead already for the Superbird. And the defending champ takes the win. Something looked a little funny on the home stretch, but old J-Robs holds on for the win. He's moving on to the next round. Jamie, thank you for coming out. I love the new ride this year, but yeah, you're done. And now to wrap up round 3 on the inside lane, Broke Benny taking on Andrew Nicholson. And here they come. Oh, man, another big lead for both. Oh, what? Oh, wow. Okay, I saw what happened. My words couldn't keep up with the action. Broke Benny takes the win, and we need to look at that replay. So once again, Broke Benny takes that Mustang out to a lightning fast start, and he is way ahead, but things get a little squirrely on the backstretch, and he hangs his 2 inside wheels up on the edge of the track. So Andrew catches up pretty quickly, and just right at the exact perfect time, he hits Benny in the rear bumper, and that it's just right as he's entering the corner, and that pushes his car back onto the track and simultaneously slows Andrew down a whole bunch, and he spins out on the corner. Now Benny is back rolling at race speed, and it's an easy win. Making Pennsylvania proud, boy. Broke Benny. Ben Shepherd moves on to the next round. Andrew, the former champ, unfortunately, the 2025 season for you is done. All right, there you have the 4 moving on. Henry, Vance, Justin, and Benny. They are now going to face off with those who lost in the round of 8 in the top bracket. Ken Kalinowski, Jared Ayton, Bob Tullock, and Dale Whitmell. But my camera is almost out of battery and it's getting kind of late, so I'm going to wrap it up. But don't go anywhere. I'm just going to cut to a commercial and then we'll be right back. See? Who knows when I'm going to be back out here. But for you, it's only going to be like a few seconds. However long it takes for that skip button to come up so you can hit the skip button and get back to the live action right here in the Freedom Shed, which is coming your way right after this. And we're back. Just like that. It was only like a few seconds for you. It's actually been like 4 or 5 days for me. So I'm fired up. And we're ready to go with the next round. Heat number 1, we got Jared Ayton in the Lucid Air. Custom graphics by him and his kids. He has drawn the inside lane against Henry Stanislawski in the Jaguar. Here they come. Jared leads through turns 1 and 2, but it's close. Oh, and they spin across the finish line. I think Jared took the win. But what a race. This round of eliminations is off to a strong start. We don't have a ton of time for replays this episode, but you know, for a race like that, we gotta check it out. So close. Jared has the edge. Henry is right on his tail. On the home stretch, I don't know, maybe Jared had a tire blowout, maybe that left front. He took a sharp left turn into the inside wall of the track. Henry was unable to capitalize, and we got a really, really cool looking tandem drift right across the finish line. That is a first. Thank you, boys. Jared Ayton survives and moves on to the next round in the Lucid Air. Henry, thank you so much for being a part of the Father's Day Showdown this year. Thank you for all your comments, your support of the show, but I'm afraid you're done. All right, second heat of the round. We got a family matchup. Dale Whitmell versus Vance Henson. Dale is driving the Corvette, the custom diesel swapped 64 Stingray, up against Vance Henson in his modified F-150. All right, here they come. Oh, pretty even start. Oh no, the truck is upside down. Wow, Dale was ripping along the home stretch here. Unfortunately, the pickup truck is upside down in turn 2. Diesel Dale claims the win. He's gonna move on to the next round. Vance, I'm sorry. The truck is cool, the truck is fast. It's a little too tall. That's the risk you take on the speedway with a tall vehicle like that. So unfortunately, for the 2025 Father's Day Showdown, you're done. All right, our next matchup, we got the defending champ, Justin Roberts, once again drawing the outside lane against Bob Tulloch in the Shelby Cobra Daytona Coupe. Set some blistering laps early in the tournament. We'll see if he can take out the defending champ. Yellow, 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 green. Here they come. Oh, door to door through the corner. Anybody's race. Wow! The Superbird gets it done. Would not be denied on the outside lane. Unfortunately, Bob spun out at the exit of turn 4. But my goodness, what a battle up to that point. We got to take a look at that replay. Okay, this is something else. I don't think we have ever had a race like this. They're just door to door, locked down the front stretch, around turns 1 and 2, down the back stretch. I've never seen a race where they stay neck and neck, side by side for that far. I don't think. I think that's a first. Now watch what happens. Heading into turn 3, Justin's out by a nose. He pulls down to block early, puts it into a 4-wheel slide, and at this point he is totally perpendicular on the racetrack, sliding into the corner perfectly sideways. He slows Bob down. He comes out of the drift down to the inside lane, and then he just pulls away. Bob has lost some momentum. He spins out at the exit of turn 4, and the Superbird takes the win. The defending champ just would not be denied. Justin Roberts moves on to the next round. Bob, what a race, my friend. Thank you so much for coming out, but I'm afraid you're done. All right, our final heat of the round is just that age-old Camaro versus Mustang matchup. We've got Ken Kalinowski driving the Treasure Hunt Camaro, taking the inside lane against Broke Benny in his custom Ford Mustang, which has looked blazing fast so far in the elimination bracket. Let's see what happens. And here they come. Broke Benny is out front. He's pulling away, and the Mustang is going to take the win. Ken slams him in the back bumper at the end of the race, but it's over. Broke Benny blocked a little early there on the home stretch, playing a bit rough, but it did get the job done. Made it through turns 1 and 2 first, and really pulled away from there. So all the way from Pennsylvania, the diecast Shepherd, Broke Benny, moves on to the next round. Ken, thank you so much for participating this year. I'm sorry it has to end this way, but I'm afraid you're done. All right, waiting in the next round, in the quarterfinals, if you will, we have Mr. Tony Pat and Mr. Jesse Graber, son-in-law and father-in-law, anxiously awaiting the chance to take to the track again. But first, our 4 winners from the last round need to face off against each other to whittle this field of 4 down to a field of 2. I want to know who you got. Out of these 4, which 2 are moving on? We've got, I don't really know what's been done to this Mustang. I can see evidence of graphite on there. I know the Superbird is completely untouched. Just bone stock, straight out of the pack, lightning fast, never been tampered with. The Lucid Air has a bit of the secret sauce on it, as does the Corvette. So, while the Superbird is the defending champ, depending on how you look at things, could be considered an underdog in this group. Here's the way it worked out. The way the dice rolled, we got Justin Roberts taking the inside lane against Broke Benny in heat number 1, followed by Jared on the inside against Diesel Dale. All right, here we go. The hot new up-and-comer against the defending champ. Let's go. Oh, what a race. What a race. It's over. Justin Roberts takes the win. It was a close one. Broke Benny gave it all he had, spun out here on the home stretch, leaving it all out on the track. Let's take a look at that replay. I must say this is a nice clean race out of these 2 competitors. Must be a lot of mutual respect there between the 2 drivers. Close down the back stretch. Little bit of movement back and forth. Broke Benny drafting in behind the Superbird. Then on the home stretch, Justin had his eye in that mirror. He was predicting Benny's moves, moving from side to side, blocking him at every opportunity. A valiant attempt indeed by the Mustang from Pennsylvania, but the defending champ gets it done once again, and his run continues. Justin Roberts moves on to the quarterfinals. Broke Benny, thank you so much for sending this car all the way here. Thank you for all the comments. You've been a big part of the Race 164 community for a long time now, and I'm really grateful to call you my friend. With your permission, I'd love to keep this car here and use it on the channel frequently. But for now, you're done. All right, next up, Jared versus Dale. Lucid Air electric car against the diesel swapped Corvette. Oh no! Oh man. The diesel stack fell off of it. I'm never going to be able to find that in here. That's a bummer. And here we go. Lucid Air out front. Jared Ayton pulling away. He takes the win. Dale follows across the finish line. Jared has got the Lucid charged up. That was a big win. Big gap for this late in the tournament. The races are usually closer than that. Mr. Ayton moves on to the quarterfinals. Diesel Dale, I'm afraid you're done, but I'm gonna build a new pipe for the old Corvette, and because we have not seen the last of this bad unit. But for now, you're done. All right, now that we're down to the nitty gritty here, the last few cars in the tournament, I'm gonna show the lane selection and everything, heat selection. Gonna show the randomness on the camera. All right, so we're gonna go whoever rolls highest between Jared and Justin races Jesse, and whoever rolls lower has to race Tony. All right, Jared has a 2 and Justin has a 1, so the Superbird is in for a rematch from last year against the Corrado, the VR6. And Jesse is going to take on Jared. Whew, okay, this is something else. This is a rematch from last year's final. So earlier in the tournament, the VR6 defeated the Superbird. The Superbird made it through eliminations into the final, where it had to beat the VR6 twice, back to back, and it did. Justin Roberts claimed the victory over Tony Pat. But this is Tony's chance for revenge. All right, I'm gonna assign the lanes on camera. Higher roll takes the inside lane. Oh, Tony has a 6. And Justin has a 6. Oh, wow. The competition is off to quite the start. 2 6s. Let's just re-roll this. And Tony has a 3. Oh, shaky cam. Justin has a 2. Tony is going to take the inside. All right, this could be a good one. Here they come. Oh, Corrado is out front, and it's over. The Superbird has fallen. Oh, the Volkswagen Corrado puts a hurtin' on the defending champ. Tony Pat moves on to the next round. Justin Roberts, whew, what a run, brother. All the way up. Disappointing loss in the very first round. Fighting, battling through the elimination bracket all the way to here where I'm afraid it comes to an end. The back-to-back championships ain't gonna happen, brother. But thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching the show. And I'm sorry, but you're done. But on the bright side, the Superbird is still at the top of the ladder in, you know, our regular scheduled sort of programming. So it's gonna be doing plenty more racing here on the Speedway in the near future. All right, next we got to assign the lanes for Jared and Jesse, who, by the way, is driving the sister of the Superbird, the Roadrunner. All right, let's roll some dice. Jared has a 3 and Jesse has a 5. So the Roadrunner taking the inside lane. All right, let's do this. Here they come. Oh, the Lucid takes the lead. Oh, spins around. Is anyone gonna finish? Oh, what? What? What in the world? That is really, really not the kind of race you expect to see this late in the tournament. Let's take a look at that replay. All right, so Jared pulls out to a pretty solid early lead through turns 1 and 2. On the backstretch, he gets a little loose, a little sideways. Jesse helps him around the rest of the way, and then they kind of get stuck together going into turns 3 and 4. Jared gets it into reverse, and he pulls down to the inside lane at like a snail's pace and just stares down his opponent through the corner, eye to eye, and the pace is too slow for the Roadrunner, and Jesse just flops off the inside of the track, at which point Jared accelerates in reverse across the finish line. And the Lucid Air takes an unorthodox win, but a win nonetheless. Jared Ayton moves on to the next round, into the Final Four, the Fast Four. And Jesse, I'm afraid that matchup against your father-in-law just isn't gonna happen, but I love this Roadrunner. It is super fast. It's also bone stock, by the way, just like the Superbird. Factory stock, if you will. Thank you for coming out. But sadly, you're done. That means our next matchup is Tony versus Jared. And awaiting the winner, currently sitting in second place, Tim Raditz, in the baddest Dodge race truck that we have ever seen on this show. But first, let's assign these lanes. Jared has a 1 and Tony has a 3. So the VR6 is taking the inside lane. All right, a spot on the podium is on the line. Here they come. Oh, Tony's out front. Is he going to hold on? Yes, he is. Ouch. Wow. Hard hit at the end. Tony Pat claims the win after a clean run in the Volkswagen Corrado VR6. He is moving on. Guaranteed top 3 finish. Jared, man, I wish you could have made it further, brother, but hey, Fast 4, top 4 finish. That is awesome. Way to go, my friend. I want to say thanks to all your kiddos who helped you put the sweet racing graphics on this car. Nice deep run in the tournament this year to all you on the Ayton racing team, but I'm afraid you know what I'm about to say. For 2025, you're done. That means our semifinal race is set. Tony versus Tim. Full modified build versus full modified build. Whoo-wee. This is a matchup I've been waiting to see. Unless they raced each other in the top bracket, in which case I've already seen this matchup. But I can't remember. I don't think they did. I don't think they crossed paths in the top bracket. But correct me if I'm wrong. Either way, we are in for a barn burner of a race. Let's assign these lanes Tim has a 3, and Tony has a 6. So the Volkswagen takes the inside lane. All right, for a shot at the title, here they go. Oh, we got a close one. Tim's gaining, but it is over. Tony Pat gets it done from the inside lane. Another clean race. The Volkswagen was just too much for the old Dodge. Tony Pat is moving on to the championship matchup. Tim Raditz is going to take 3rd place here in the 2025 Father's Day Showdown. Way to go, Tim. All right, now, here he comes. Currently in 1st place, driving the Fire Chief Camaro, Trevor Adkins. At long last, we have made it. Only 2 cars remain. Tony Pat's purple Volkswagen against Trevor Adkins' orange Camaro. Let's go. Currently in 1st place, undefeated, the old Fire Chief. That means for Tony to claim the championship, he must beat Trevor twice. This is a double elimination tournament, as I believe I said earlier. Trevor has not lost at all. So he's not eliminated until he loses twice. But on the other hand, if Trevor beats Tony even once, it's all done, because Tony already has 1 loss. So good luck to you, Tony. Let's assign these lanes. Tony has a 4. Trevor has a 5. That means Fire Chief has got the inside lane for race 1. All right, it's a big moment. Here we go. What's gonna happen? Fire Chief's out front. Oh, they're crashing. Oh, what? What? It is all over. The weirdest final race I think we've ever had. Trevor Adkins wins the race. He is officially your 2025 Father's Day Showdown champion. Way to go, brother. You got it done. Fire Chief is awesome. The fastest car on the channel, Trevor Adkins. Tony, for the 2nd year in a row, has to settle for runner-up. This Volkswagen is so fast, but for whatever reason, it just comes up 1 place shy every year. But 2nd place out of that many cars is pretty awesome. Tying the best finish. It's never finished worse than 2nd in this tournament, which is pretty amazing. I need to go look at that replay. I got a little ahead of myself there. That race was something else. It actually was very reminiscent of that earlier race between Jared and Jesse. So Trevor gets out to the lead into turn 1 and 2. Then Tony gets into the back of him right at the exit of turn 2. He pushes him just before they pass out of view because we're behind this part of the racetrack. Trevor gets sideways. Tony hits him again, spins him around. Trevor keeps him pinned against the wall. He doesn't totally straighten out right away. He keeps forcing Tony into that wall. That's probably the only thing that kept Tony from getting by him. They make it into turns 3 and 4, where Trevor gets ahead, drops down to the inside lane, and then one of the coolest moves I've ever seen. He waits until Tony for sure doesn't have the speed, and Tony's just falling off the inside of the track. And then Trevor pulls the coolest J-turn from reverse to forwards, spin on the home stretch, and then just cruises straight as an arrow across the finish line. I guess all that, I don't know what you call it, police training? Stunt driving? No, it wouldn't be stunt driving. Chase driving? Tactical driving? I don't know, the cool driving lessons you get to take as a police officer. I guess they paid off because that sure looked cool. Taking the tournament win in that way. Trevor Adkins, ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Father's Day Showdown champion. Tony Pat, your runner-up for the 2nd year in a row, and a new personal best for Tim Raditz, taking 3rd place and rounding out the podium. Whew, that's it. We did it. The Father's Day Showdown is in the books for this year. It only took me to like late September or whenever this video is going to come out. Oh man, life will get you. I as I've said before, I appreciate all your patience. We finally got this tournament done. We can move on to some off-road racing on my outdoor track. We can get back to some diecast reviews and our normal racing content, and finally put this tournament behind us. It was fun, but it's been weighing heavy on me because it's taken so long to get it finished. There are a bunch of exciting new things happening in my life right now, and I'm going to tell you all about that pretty soon. I'm going to save that for a different video, though. Next year, I think I'm going to change the format of this tournament because, you know, the Father's Day Showdown is what started this channel. You know, in years past, it's been the biggest, you know, event that I have. But recently, you know, it doesn't get as many views as some other videos, which doesn't bother me a whole lot, but it does take up a lot of my time. So I think I'm going to switch up the format next year. Probably won't do double elimination, and I'm probably going to make it, you know, 1 or 2 longer videos like on Father's Day, like maybe one the week before Father's Day and one right on Father's Day. I don't know how I thought I was going to get this done before Father's Day. Like up until like a week before Father's Day, I was sure I was going to get this done for Father's Day. And now here we are. It is the end of September. And I just finished it now. And I usually have a special Father's Day message. And, you know, I kind of don't this time because it's not Father's Day. And like, I know Father's Day is a hard day for a lot of people for a number of reasons. But this year, take heart in the fact that today's not Father's Day. I'm so slow and disorganized that, you know, we're wrapping up this Father's Day tournament, you know, like 3 months past due. But that does not change the fact, if Father's Day is a hard day for you, or if today was a hard day for you, just talk to Jesus about it. He will listen. He hears every prayer. And he loves you. That's how you develop a relationship with anybody. You talk to them. And I can't recommend enough having a relationship with Jesus. Having a relationship with the creator of the universe. And a relationship with Jesus is a lot like a relationship with your father. You know, you just talk about stuff. You talk about, you know, how you've been feeling. Talk about if something made you upset. You can talk about your goals. You can ask for guidance. All of those things. Anything you'd ask your dad, you can pray and ask your Heavenly Father about. And I know you probably won't get an answer in an audible voice, but prayers do get answered. Sometimes the answer is yes. Sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes the answer is not yet. But every prayer gets heard and every prayer gets answered. Your Heavenly Father, unlike earthly fathers who are not perfect, myself included, your Heavenly Father will never let you down. Whew, okay, time to wrap it up. Wow, I think this is the biggest, longest video I have ever made. We did it. The Father's Day Showdown is over. If your dad didn't win, that's totally fine. Because he's already a winner, because he's got you. And I'm already a winner because I've got you watching my show, watching me race toy cars in my little crooked shed in my backyard. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, Jesus loves you and so do I. And I'll see you next time right here on Race 164.